Welcome back to another episode of LavaCraft. This is going to be episode 3. This is part 2 of the slime farm, and we are hoping to completely finish it up today. We have been doing a lot of work off camera. I'm going to show that off to you right now, but first, this is a slime farm, so let's just kind of go through how much slime we've collected. So all of this slime here is from slime kills, so this is manually farmed slimes. We have quite a few stacks, and over here you can see we've made a little bit of a makeshift collection area up top so that we can start farming our slime. So all of the slime in these chests here is actually slime that we've collected through the slime farm that we've completed so far. So we've done some of the skeleton of this farm, which I'm going to show off to you in just a minute, and so far it has actually been very productive. So we actually just had to increase the storage because this one chest was starting to overflow. So as you can see, I think this slime farm is going to work out very well. So I'm excited to see the final product. So now let's go over some of the stuff that I completed off camera. So as you can see, it's looking a lot different than the last episode. So basically what we did here is we created 8 spawning platforms. So we talked about doing that in the last episode, and we went through our creative test world and went over some of the mechanics, tested those out to make sure that this whole thing wasn't going to be a huge waste of time. Obviously it isn't so far. We are completing our objective of collecting slime. So let me just go over again how slime farms work just a little bit. So basically slime farms work because slimes spawn in slime chunks. That's awesome, but how are we going to collect the slime from those? So basically, we're creating these platforms here for the slimes to spawn on, and we are putting iron golems in the walls over here so that the slimes see the iron golems, jump off, fall into this water stream down here, and then in the middle, they are going to be attracted to this tower of iron golems that we're going to create. There's only 2 down there right now, which we'll show off in a minute. But basically they die on the magma blocks, and underneath them is a minecart collection system where we will be collecting all of the slime drops. So as you can see, it's already working very well, and we haven't even started to maximize efficiency of this farm at all. This is just the skeleton of the farm, and as you can see, we've been very successful so far. So now we're going to take a trip down to the bottom of our slime farm, and I can show you what I've come up with down there because I think it is pretty clever area, and I'm going to show you how all of this works. So basically we went over that all of the slimes get killed in the middle of the farm, and then in this one chunk area right over here that we dug out last episode, you can see we've added quite a bit of remodeling. So this is actually going to be all of our collection kind of jammed into this one chunk here. So as you can see, we have our on-off switch here. Once we turn this on, which we're not going to do quite yet, these mine carts are going to be pushed down into this area over here to collect all of those slime balls, and then they're going to come back up into this part right here, and this is a minecart unloader dropper system, so it's kind of 2 things jammed into one. It's pretty cool. It's been very reliable so far. This isn't my design, but it's very effective. So once these minecarts come back to get unloaded, they are going to drop all of the slime balls out right here. They're going to go through this water column and go up to the surface, which we already saw. So let's see if we can make this happen. Alright, so both of our oh, that's weird. We're going to have to fix that. Okay, so they're going to go through and collect all of the slime balls, so hopefully we can see them disappear over here. Alright, we saw some disappearing over there. Cool. And it got them all. So now, once we see them come back up over here, it should hold them up there. And, yep, beautiful. working perfectly. So this is dropping the slime balls out on the left and right sides and bringing it up this water column. So very, very reliable so far. As you can see, these droppers are moving very quickly. This part of the redstone is actually just a clock, and those observers are reading these blocks to kind of just make the dropper go on and off with this comparator blinking right over here, which is registering whether or not this minecart is full, I believe. And once it's empty, these should go right back around and just continue until we turn it off. So let's see if we can make that happen. Obviously, the slime's going to take a minute because we did have the farm turned off so that I could show this off to you guys. There are going to be a few issues with this, which I'll go over as soon as these minecarts are shot back. It basically has to do with the way this farm is chunk aligned. Certain chunks being unloaded at certain times can cause pretty big issues. I've experienced it 3 times so far, but I think I've come up with a fairly good solution. So as you can see, they're shot right back. So the problem I was talking about, this green paneled area right here is a slime chunk, obviously. So we're having issues because this is the one part of the farm where we weren't able to kind of condense our collection system into this 8th chunk right here. So if we leave this farm running 24/7 and we decide we're going to leave and go do something else, and these minecarts are here in this chunk right here, when we leave, the entire minecart system in this chunk will actually just explode, and for whatever reason I've had them disappear on me, and as you can see, that's quite a few powered rails, and we don't want that. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, a cool way to come up with how to reduce the amount of iron we were going to actually need for this farm, because once I started putting in some iron golems, I realized we were going to need a lot more iron for that, and not so much for the hoppers and the hopper minecarts. We actually only have 2 hopper minecarts, and this guy right here. So yeah, over here, this is kind of our killing chamber, you could say. We're still kind of messing around with how to maximize the efficiency, but right now, the slimes are kind of attracted to this guy in the middle, and some of the bigger guys were getting stuck along the edges here because they weren't really seeing him. So what I did was I put this one here that kind of just goes constantly around in a circle, and unfortunately he only draws the attention of the bigger slimes. I don't think that the medium or smaller slimes can actually kind of see him because his head is level with this block right here, so they're not in their field of view, unfortunately, but it does work wonderfully for pulling all of the bigger slimes over to the middle when they're on the far edges right here. They can kind of see him and then eventually kind of see this guy, and I haven't had any issues with these slimes killing the iron golem. The iron golem has definitely killed a few slimes, but I'm not too worried about the loss from that. It might actually help us with lag because he's going to kill some of the guys for us while our hopper minecarts are collecting all the slime. And since we only have 2, it's not extremely fast. It's definitely faster than we need, but that can cause lag with so many items being left on the ground for a long period of time. So hopefully that will solve that problem. The one big problem with the farm that I haven't come up with a solution for yet is this guy right over here. This pillager, for whatever reason, these guys keep spawning. I'm pretty sure they can spawn in any light level as well. We're going to go ahead and kill him. They don't like iron golems, so if they find their way over here, they will start shooting at the iron golems. I'm hoping that this guy in the middle here, going around in a circle, can actually help us with that a little bit by killing... Oh, wow. Lots of slimes. As you can see, the slimes are definitely spawning down here. It's working out very well. So, basically these pillagers are a problem because they're going to kill some of our iron golems. We're going to have tons and tons of iron golems, so I don't think it's going to be a huge efficiency loss. However, we might have to replace a few of them every once in a while. But the cool thing about this farm is it's more than enough for a solo world already at this point. So we're going to have probably several phases of increasing efficiency. I don't think that by the time we complete the farm today, it's going to be maximized for efficiency, but we do have some plans to upgrade it in the future. But as of right now, we do not have enough iron to do full towers of iron golems in every chunk here. So we're going to have to wait on that. So yeah, but right down here you can actually see how many pillagers we've had to kill so far, and they've been pretty consistently spawning even after lighting up the entire thing. We are eventually going to have to remove these torches and replace them with jack-o'-lanterns because I believe that slimes spawn on jack-o'-lanterns, but they're kind of a pain to install, so I'm not looking forward to that. And so far we don't really seem to need to do that yet because this is, like I said, much more efficient than what we actually need for our solo world at this point. If you need more slime than that, you got a slime problem. Which currently I don't. But we might in the future for some huge projects. Alright, so let's go over the rest of the project that we have to complete today. I'm hoping to fill in all of these platforms, install some iron golems all the way up this tower in the middle here, and install all of the iron golems on the top level. So the reason that we're going to start by installing all of the iron golems on the top level is because I believe since we've mined out all the way to the surface and they have complete access to the sky, we're going to have to remove these wooden planks here. But I believe that we're going to actually have a lot of our slimes falling from the top level. So I want to make sure that those iron golems get done and that we still have enough iron for that. We will be name tagging all of them just so that they don't despawn. And let me show you what these guys are called. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool, helpful iron golems. And these are going to be, oh, let's see if I can do this. These are our slime smooshers. Yep, they're going to be helping us get all of our slime. So, believe it or not, I've actually only died one time building this farm. I haven't died by slime yet at all in this world, luckily. I actually died from fall damage because I was doing some calculations and I pulled out my calculator, and while I was looking down at my phone, a zombie knocked me all the way from what I thought was my safe area right here, and I fell all the way down to the bottom and died. So that was unfortunate, but it was the only death of this farm. I was hoping not to die at all. That would have been cool, maybe a little bit impressive, but of course I died in a silly way, not paying attention. So I just wanted to show off how much slime we collected during that little bit of a 10-minute explanation of our plans for the slime and what we've done so far. We've collected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full stacks of slime balls in about 10 minutes. Yeah, pretty efficient if I do say so. You can see some more coming in right now, and I'm excited to expand this collection area over here, kind of make it look pretty. We're going to see how much decoration we can put in this one chunk. So I'm excited for that. Not going to happen today most likely because we just want to finish this monster of a project finally, and maybe move on to something else for a little bit because this took a lot of time. Let me actually show you some of the digging we had to do. So last episode, this level right here was completely dug out all the way to bedrock. We actually had to go 5 blocks further out from, I believe, um, we're on level 39 right now, and then we went up about 8 blocks. So if you do that math, it's a lot more blocks. So we basically had to completely mine out probably somewhere close to a chunk or two, in addition to already having mined out 8 full chunks. So we did a lot of digging off camera, so sorry you missed it, but I know I promised it last time. Uh, but believe me, you didn't miss much. This was a lot more cool to show off. So yeah, I think now we are going to start filling all of these platforms in to start maximizing the efficiency of our farm, start installing some of our iron golems, and see what happens. So before we start, actually, I think what we're going to do is empty out all of this slime and turn it into slime blocks, and just see how much we actually get while we fill in all of these platforms. I'm hoping it doesn't take me more than an hour, 2 hours, hopefully not 3 hours. Um, but we should be starting to get more and more slimes falling off, as you can see, but we're going to get more and more as we fill in these platforms. They are falling into these crevices here and dying, so obviously that's not very efficient. I'd rather have them fall off into the water and take no or little fall damage, so that we don't waste any of those slime balls off in the corners and have them messing up our rates and kind of just lagging. So yeah, I thought that would be fun, so we're going to empty this out and see how much we actually get while we fill all of this in. So in the last episode and in a little bit of what I showed off in this episode, we've collected probably somewhere around 110,000 blocks, maybe more, maybe a little less, but we don't want to be using a ton of new bricks or bricks that we didn't collect. In the 110,000 to create these platforms, but we also don't want it to be made out of cobblestone. So we're going to go with stone bricks, as you might have noticed already, and smooth stone. I'm hoping that 3 shulker boxes will be enough smooth stone, but that might be wishful thinking. So we're going to go ahead and smelt some more stone down, and yeah, we're just going to be repurposing some of those 110,000 blocks, because I think that might be smart. We might flood our storage system when we bring all of those blocks back. So yeah, we're just going to start that up and come back and grab some if we need it. All right, well, time to place a couple thousand blocks. 3. By the way, just so you know, if you are about to take on a slime farm project like this, or a slime farm project in general, you don't want to be building these platforms out of slabs. Mobs get kind of funky when it comes to spawning on slabs, so make sure you're using full blocks. I know it's more expensive, but you will be collecting a lot of full blocks mining it out, more than enough. So just make sure you're using full blocks, because you don't want to build the entire thing and have to tear it down. So just so you know. So the first thing we're going to be doing, I think, is installing the iron golems. As we build up these platforms, more and more slimes will spawn, hopefully, and I think just having the iron golems to pull them to the middle might help with the frustration of trying to build around slimes, because it's hard even just to walk around slimes. They're very needy. They really need attention, and they just don't leave you alone. So we're going to start with the iron golem so that they can get the attention they need, and then we're going to move on to placing all the blocks. And I think what we're going to be doing is using the smooth stone for 2 reasons. One, just to kind of break up the giant platform so that they look kind of cool. So it's an aesthetic reason. And the second reason is, well, we're already getting decent rates from this farm before adding the platform. So for whatever reason, if putting in all of the smooth stone actually decreases our rates, which I don't think it will, but if it does, we'll be able to easily know which blocks to remove to get the farm back to this state. But I don't think we'll have to do that, but just in case, so it's kind of a secondary reason to use a different kind of block. So we're going to start off with the iron golems. I believe we have all the supplies we need to summon in all of our iron golems. So we're going to go ahead and start with the one at the very bottom, right above our main iron golem that will be getting all of the slime's attention. So we're going to just, I don't know if that might kill our guy. So we'll just remove that just in case. We're going to try and get this iron golem, the second iron golem, in without destroying our farm here by letting all the slimes get to them. So something like this. Ooh, it's tricky. Okay. Something like that, I believe, should be enough space for us to spawn the iron golem. So now we just need to make sure he doesn't jump off and die. We're going to add this wall here. Need more dirt scaffolding. We're going to use all of the items that... we're going to use dirt for all of the blocks that are actually going to be removed. So I think if we do that, we should be able to spawn in our iron golem. And I'm pretty sure that we wasted a bunch of time last episode by creating all of those jack-o'-lanterns, because I think, yep, you can just use regular pumpkins. So that's fun. Alright, so now we just kind of trap him in, name him, and get rid of our dirt. So we're going to go ahead and repeat that tedious process on every single level. We have completed our Iron Golem Tower. So you might be wondering why they have so many fences around them. Well, A, we don't want them getting out. B, we don't want any slimes getting in. So if you can see here, the slimes have to see the iron golems in their line of sight. However, they can't actually see through these fence gates. So we strategically placed the iron golem platform one block lower than these platforms so that we can put 1, 2, 3, 3 high fences around them, which prevents the slimes from actually being able to perch on this gap right here, but also allows them to be able to see the slime, see the iron golems. So they kind of make eye contact right here at this level, hopefully around this area, and then they jump off, can't catch on any of these fences, and fall down to the magma blocks. So hopefully it works that way, and we will see. It seems to have been working pretty well with this bottom golem right here. So let's just hope that trend keeps up and this farm becomes very, very efficient. So the next step is to install the top layer iron golems. So we're going to go all the way up to the top here and talk about that. Each iron golem platform, each iron golem cell really is kind of mapped out right into the middle of each chunk. So what I would like to do is have iron golems somewhere around here. So we'll put them right there. We'll put a column of them right here, right there, and so forth. So each of these squares is basically a chunk. And we're going to fill those in after we put our iron golems in. Looks like we need 2 more here. They must have despawned. I don't know if a pillager killed them or if I forgot to name tag them and they despawned. So we're going to have to add those guys in at some point. So we're going to start with that, and then we'll get to the platforming. So let's get to it. And done. So all of our iron golems are in place, at least the ones we're going to be doing for today. We do plan to add one for every single layer underneath the guys that we just placed. But that would take probably like an hour, and we don't have enough iron. So we got these ones done on the in between the last episodes, just to kind of test run everything. I'm not sure if we need the magma blocks at the bottom yet, so we're going to kind of see how that goes with just these guys at the top here. The magma blocks down there were actually just meant to kind of break up some of the bigger slimes that can still see the very bottom ones, because once they are the medium or small size, they can no longer see the golems on the very bottom level, so they kind of break up and then eventually pathfind over here into the middle, and I like all the other ones, so we might be adding that to all the other sides, but not today. So the next step is to fill in all of these platforms with our smooth stone. So we're going to do that, and I'll be right back. Quick update, looks like our slime collection area is still going strong, so nothing getting caught, and everything seems to be working. We will have to figure out something that is going to prevent slimes from getting in here, because it seems like a lot of them are finding their way in here. Obviously there's a giant open space right here. We could probably just cover that in some more glass and find a better way to oh, look at that, right on time. Beautiful. Yep, so we could probably find a better way to make a maintenance door so that we can go into our slime farm if we ever need to. This is a noisy room. And this might be where we AFK, because it seems like a good spot, I think. Looks like we're getting a lot of spawns if we AFK right here. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to close this in, maybe light it up a little bit better, just because I have had one zombie spawn in here, which is not good. So yep, we'll get to that a little later. So now it is time to place all of our platform blocks. Yeah, so remember when I said that 3 shulker boxers was going to be enough smooth stone? I was wrong. Still got about 3 layers to go, so I am heading back to the base. I never have luck on these blue ice highways, but they're still so fast. Alright. Well, I'm glad we started that smooth stone smelting, that's a mouthful, before we went over there, but I don't know if we have enough. Hopefully. Well, we'll see. We might be back. And we are finally all done. Alright. You may have noticed I put up a speed 2 beacon. It saved me a little less than 3 minutes per layer. So not a lot of time, but it adds up, especially when you have to place this many blocks. So, sweet. I think that is pretty much it for our farm today. There's definitely a lot more that we could do, but I'm really liking this so far. It's looking pretty cool too. So let's go see how much slime we got during that little platforming. Got iron golem placing. Yeah. Alright. So before we go check out how many slime balls we collected in the last like hour and a half, I just wanted you guys to see this. We did run into a few more pillagers. Oh, there we go. Lots of slime. Yeah, I like this room. It's starting to come together. I think we're going to be spending some time in here. We could probably make this redstone look prettier or cover it up, But yeah. Alright, time to head up to our collection area and find out how many slime balls we got. I haven't checked it yet, so we're going to find out together. One full chest of slime balls is 3,456. So let's, nice, nice. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we actually had a little bit of a creeper explosion. So that's why this isn't glowstone anymore. It kind of blew up right here. The water leaked all the way down to the magma blocks, and then I had to repair the railways down there, and it was lots of fun. But yeah, so I have to do some math real quick and figure out exactly how many we got. So I did some math and I figured out exactly how many slime balls we got while setting all of that up. So we had 6,557 slime blocks, or I'm sorry, slime balls. That'd be crazy. Alright, but basically what that looks like is this many slime blocks. This is a little over 750 slime blocks, and that was in about an hour and a half. But just while I was doing that math, which didn't take me very long, this many slime balls have been flooding in. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually AFK for a couple hours and try and average out exactly how many slime balls we are getting per hour. So I'll be right back with that information for you guys, and I think that pretty much wraps up the video at that point. So I'll be right back. So after AFKing overnight, we found out that our slime farm produces somewhere around 2,000 slime balls per hour, which is okay. So yeah, that's a little over 34 stacks. So it's pretty good, pretty productive. It's much more productive than we need. But some of the iron golems did actually die overnight, so that's a problem we're going to have to fix. But enough with the slime farms for today. I think that is going to be plenty. So thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you really liked it, feel free to subscribe for more content. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching LavaCraft. So, can we just talk about this for just one moment? I know this has nothing to do with slimes or slime farms or anything, but I am currently stuck in some cobblestone right outside of my nether portal. And this happens almost every single time we try to enter our nether hub's main nether portal to get to our home base. Geez, it's just so frustrating. It worked for a long time, but I think we've added way too much stuff in our base in these couple chunks. So we might have to kind of switch it up. I think that is what we're going to be doing next episode. Creating a better system for our nether portal, because it is a nightmare. It's just atrocious. I can't I have to relog almost every single time, and if I try and use a nether portal that's outside of my base, it pretty much just completely deletes half my castle, and then I have to relog again anyway, and we're gonna try and fix this next episode. Yep, I've decided. So that's it. That's the plan.